time of rising anti-Semitism, the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL, hosting here in New York City today its annual Never Is Now Summit against anti-Semitism and hate. Amongst the guest speakers here today, FBI Director Christopher Wray and actor David Schwimmer of Friends fame, who's taking part in a roundtable discussion on fighting anti-Semitism and hate. Some seminars going on right now pertaining to fighting Jew hatred on social media, building partnerships and alliances, and also protecting Jewish institutions, especially important in light of that threat earlier this month against synagogues in northern New Jersey. The suspect in that case, coincidentally, was arrested today. We spoke with Evan Bernstein, a Jewish security expert, about that threat earlier this month and the reaction to it.
I think it's about constantly being on alert. It's a shame that we're in the position we are. And I think we saw that last week with New Jersey, and then what happened even in Birmingham, Alabama, that at any moment, any time, any community can be impacted by anti-Semitism and hate. And we have to be on alert at all moments of time because we don't know when that's going to happen. It's not just going to be the high holidays. It may not even be on a regular Shabbat. So that alert awareness has to always be there.
There's also a discussion right now about quote-unquote new anti-Semitic threats, including the ESG movement, environmental, social, and governance movement, which encourages investment in companies that are doing things on the social justice front, the environmental front, but what many critics say is a backdoor to BDS and anti-Israel activity. Earlier today, the ADL announced the acquisition of a Jewish investor network called J-Lens, which has been at the forefront of exposing anti-Israel and anti-Semitic activity in the ESG movement. We spoke to the head of J-Lens about that acquisition.
We're so excited to be part of ADL. It's a great opportunity for J-Lens to scale our work and our impact and take it to the next level. We've worked with ADL for many years. We collaborate on a lot of issues around the corporate space, and it'll help both of our efforts in this area. J-Lens will get the scale, the resources of ADL, the reputation, and ADL will get all the expertise that J-Lens brings from the investor space, the corporate advocacy arena.
Later on today, we'll speak with the head of the ADL, Jonathan Greenblatt. That interview will air on I-24 coming up next week. Reporting from the ADL Summit here in New York, Mike Wagenheim, I-24 News.
Shalom, shalom, Yahshua. Want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashib, Yahweh Shah, Bahashib HaKadash, which in the Paleo Hebrew tongue, correct names of Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you, sister, brothers, living is true, and shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show themselves approved. Shalom. Now, as you can see, from that clip we played, these devils are hurt. These devils are scared. And when the devil is scared, he's about to pull out more tactics to try to get back control of the narrative. These devils have now realized that there's awakening that's happening. The true people of Yahweh Shah are starting to wake up. And so now this devil has to fight tooth and nail to keep his narrative, his lie up. And we're talking about the chief tribe of Esau, which is Amalek, the Amalekites, 1948ers, the small hatters, the ones who stole our identity. They run the world. Now that they're been made bare, now that they've been exposed, now they are, they're in combat mode. They're fighting, and the number one thing I notice they always like to do is act like they're being attacked. When you ain't anybody attacking you physically, oh, there's been attacked is your lie. And they don't like that. So they'll pull up that anti-shield, that anti-word. Oh, you're being anti, and which is it's in here too. You see it. You're being anti and you're doing this and you're doing that and try to shut you down because they control everything. And it's not working no more. Like Elder Malcolm from Chicago said, the anti-shield is cracked. Because we're in an information age. This is an information war. This is about knowledge. And now knowledge is being increased. And with that being increased, people are investigating and they starting to realize like these people lied this whole time. Ever since 1948 till now, been a whole lie on who they really are. And now through the scriptures, we're showing that we the real people, the real ones are coming back. We climbing up out that mud. We climbing out that valley of dry bones, And we alive, we ain't dead yet. You know, they couldn't dead us like that. And now we're claiming our true nationality, and now this devil has to fight to get the narrative back. Which they're gonna do a false flag event, a psyop. It's coming, y'all, Sharala. That's why I played this. And like with that short right there, an event, to me, they're telegraphing their moves. They're letting us know they're gonna stage something to make us look like terrorist groups. You know, that's what they're gonna do. Because they have to stop this truth from going forth. They have to demonize us. They have to try to stop the church of Yahweh Shah from prevailing. You know, but they're not gonna stop it, but they're gonna try. Because their whole livelihoods depend on it. So with that being said, let's see, what should we start with? Let's get to the scriptures. Oh, before we get to scriptures, it's a comment that I like somebody made in here. And yeah, it's just purified in gold. It says, never heard of someone running up in the synagogue and killing 9 Jewish people. But I remember the last time somebody ran up in the church and killed 9 black people. Where the F is our awareness summit. You ain't gonna get one because we're not in rulership. They are. So that's why they all, oh, we're being attacked. And they attacking us and all. There ain't nobody went up in no synagogue, did nothing. Ain't nobody even attacking them like that. You know, the only thing that's been attacked is the lie you told, the lie you used to get rulership, and that's under attack. And they're mad about that because it's getting chipped away. So let's go to the scriptures. And I want to go to, I might start with, let's see, because I had something else. I'm going to start with this because I was going to start with something else, but I'm going to start with this because this is the problem that Esau's having because he's been exposed. So this is Jeremiah 49:10. But I've made Esau bare. I've uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. So the lower level Edomites, they're spoiled now because this lie is coming undone. You know, they need that lie to stay in rulership. And they done did all kind of wicked atrocities, and all that's been exposed right now. Everybody talking about them, shameful, spewing on their glory. You know, they used to glorify by putting our people in slavery. They taught slavery when I was in schools. Now they're coming with critical race theory. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to teach that no more. I'm like, hold up. You was proud to teach that when I was in school. Now all of a sudden you want to act like that didn't happen and want to switch under the rug. You know why? Because that's a big biblical prophecy to prove that we are the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. So therefore they want to cover that up. This devil always want to cover up his crimes. Yahushua has really truly made Esau bare. You know, you got Jeffrey Epstein pulled out the trafficking of the children. That's been exposed. They have boats get caught with tons and tons of cocaine. The drug trade, they've been exposed on that. And all their lies been pulled up, man. Everything's getting shown on display for all the nations to see. So Esau, like the scripture said, Esau has truly been made bare. So now that he getting made bare, he getting exposed, the devil's feeling vulnerable. So what's he gonna do? Let's go to Psalms 119 and 110. The wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I erred not from thy precepts. Let's put that in red. It's talking about Esau. Judah said, the wicked have laid a snare for me. This devil about to lay traps, because that's what he always been doing. He's always done that. He did that to the northern tribes, the Native Americans. You know, he laid snares for them. Blankets infected with smallpox. Treaties, paperwork, contracts. He always setting traps, man. That's how they hunt. When you look at them, cunning hunter, just like their forefather. They make duck calls, lay some little food out in the opening, be in the tree hunting for you. You know, you got a thing they made called bear traps. You know, this devil always lay. That's the one thing he does. He lays traps. You know, now he does it on a psyop, on a false flag event. That's his best way to lay traps now. Use his media, the information war, in order to, govern people's minds and get the masses to sway the way they want them to sway. You know, and the Crown Royale was a good indication of them laying snares and traps. Because they got a lot of Israelites with their snare right there, their trap. They got a lot of Israelites. Now I know this devil, he still know he losing. So he has to lay another trap. This devil getting desperate. So this trap right here is going to be, I feel like it's going to be life altering. This trap right here, it's going to change everything. Like, this devil desperate, man. He know he losing. So right there it says the wicked, talk about Esau Edom, laid, what it say? Snares for me. Snare going to a trap. And it says, yet I erred not from thy precepts. Because if you stay in the laws and commandments, how about Yahweh Shai, our word, it's not going to work. When you get fed with this wisdom, not to understand, you know what's going on, and you know how Esau operates, you know the scriptures, because he tell you prophecy what this devil going to do, then the traps this devil does is not going to work. It's not going to work at all, because you're going to have that wisdom, not to understand, you're going to know better. You're going to see the trap from far out, and you're going to go a different direction, man. Like I say, a prudent man foresees the trouble or the wicked, and he hides himself, loosely paraphrasing. So that scripture is spot on. And this devil, you can see he's gearing up for a major trap. You got Donald Trump about to announce he being president. I want to say November 14th. He gonna announce that. They're using him for a major setup. They can use him to jump off Civil War. You got the Jake that was running that NFAC. He just got 7 years in prison. We don't know what the fallout gonna be of that. He had a bunch of Jakes out there gun toting, wanting to be carnal. So you can just tell, I can just smell it in the air, y'all, Sharala. This devil is laying a major trap. Something about to happen. He gonna pay some Jakes, some Israelites to put on some fringes, run up in the synagogue, set that up, that scenario, and then, and I feel like they're gonna ban the Bible or cut the internet off. Because this is why they're being exposed, all this TikTok and YouTube that we using, all these social media platforms, we're talking, sharing information with one another. So this devil, he's desperate. He got to make a major move, man. It's going down. Something smell like it's burning. So check out for that right there, y'all, Sharala. Like, keep your antennas up. Keep them up. So then look, since I say that, let's go to Jeremiah 5:26. Check it out. It's Jeremiah 5:26. For among my people I found wicked men. They lay wait as he that set of snares. They set a trap, they catch men. Did you peep that? And look, just like that precept said, Esau so desperate, he's going to use some wicked 2/3 Jakes. He's going to use them. He needs them to set up his next psyop, his next trap he going to do. That next snare he going to set up, he needs wicked Jakes to do it. And it says they lay wait as he that set up snares. Well, who's that he that set up snares? It's talking about Esau, that cunning hunter. That's all he do is lay traps. And it said they set a trap, they catch men. A lot of Israelites going to get caught up with this next psyop that Esau do. This next move that Esau do is going to catch a lot of Jakes up in it, because Jake is not aware of what's going on. Just like I read in that precept earlier, they're not aware of their nationality. They're not aware of who they are. And they're not aware of who this devil is. Jake going to go for the snare, the trap, hook, line, and sinker like a fish. They're going to get hooked. Because in the trap it says they catch men. They're going to catch a lot of men of Yasharala Israelites up in this next psyop. And I'm going to put that in that red, because it's going to lead to a lot of bloodshed. This next scenario. Because this devil, like, I see, he gonna look for like Civil War type of things. That little scenario. Because he has to, and he leaves a distraction. He has to take off, he has to destroy this awakening. Because right now, it's like our whole nation, Yahweh is like calling us back. He uses celebrities to put it up on people's mind, make them consider. Like, everybody's talking about the Hebrew Israelite awakening right now. That's like the number one thing going on in the earth. The number one thing being talked about. The devil needs to make some type of event to take our mindsets off of that and focus over here. Look over here, that type of thing. Smoke and mirrors, what this devil about to do. Because this right here is hitting so hard. I've been pulling this a lot lately. I'm going to pull it again. Because I love how spot on Yahweh Shai was with calling this out. When he said, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, to know that I have loved thee. Did you hear that? And they just showed there was what was that? A small hat in front of a synagogue. Oh, we look like the hate is happening, and they coming after us, and all that. You know, he talking all that stuff, and this is what they say they are Jews and are not. Those people they say they Jew-ish. Me are like, but you are not. So they tell you they not in their names. You know, but do lie. And that's why these devils are scared, because now that lie coming undone. So these devils got to fight tooth and nail to keep that lie up. Like, and now I think they know they done lost that fight, that narrative, because we in these scriptures heavy. So now they got to create a false flag event to take your mind off of it. I know these devils always do that. They always do that. Blow something up, something them happen, this group attack this group. You know, they might intensify World War III, take your mind off of it. Anything so you'll quit reading the scriptures and know you're a Hebrew Israelite. Don't do that one. They don't want you to do that. You know, because like I said, through thy precepts, you know, I don't err. So if you in this truth in the house of David in these scriptures, man, Esau totally exposed. You're gonna look at Esau like he's, you know, he's the Edomite, like he's the devil in the flesh, because he is. And I notice they don't like that. When you got that truth in you, you look at them like that, it makes them feel uncomfortable. I notice when I'm at the job, and I'm looking at Esau, I mean, they about to squirm, they can't look me in the eye. It really messes them up. But they don't feel like that when they dealing with the 2/3. I'll be looking at them doing 2/3, they're comfortable. The 2/3 don't know no better. He look at Esau like his friend. Me, I look at that devil like he's the devil. And I notice it just, they don't like that. You know, they get to squirming and uncomfortable and don't know how to act. They're not used to that. They're exposed. You know, when you know your nationality, you know who they are, and you look at them with that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of that, they are exposed, and they don't know how to act like that. They need that covering of that lie to even operate and feel comfortable out here. I noticed that, y'all, Sharala. Without that lie, they covering of that lie, they feel naked. They don't like you looking at them knowing who they really are. They don't like that. And so, check it out. I'm going to read 10 too, because this devil's so exposed that I feel like he gonna get to the point, he gonna just have to blow the whole system up. He got to blow it all up and enact his beast system. So check it out, this is Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So that's his last resort. He's gonna have to just go ahead and do what they say, a global reset. Got to blow up his current system, blow it up, crash the dollar, all of that, and then implement the new system and only, you know, deal with the ones that's gonna, you know, operate within that. But what did Yahushua say? You keep the word of his patience, he shall keep you from the outward temptation. So that's why it's so good to stay locked on this truth, man. That way you can avoid and sidestep when they roll out that beast system, man, which they're gonna put a device in everybody's body, a tracking device in your body, you know, which is gonna seal your allegiance to Esau. You're doomed once you take that. And he's gonna have to do that. It's gonna come down to that. Cause he's so exposed right now. Like the lie's over with. You know, so I'm gonna go with this too. Let's go to Proverbs 12 and 3. Salaki, I'm gonna go to Proverbs 12 and 13. That's where I want to go to. Yeah, check it out. It says, the wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble. Did you hear that? The wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips. Lying. He's on the trick bag. He in his own trap. He trapped himself by telling that lie. Now he can't keep that lie up no more. Now it's a trap to him. So he in a trap. Esau in the trick bag. That's why he's so angry. That's why he's so mad, because he used to trapping everybody else up. Now he's trapped in his own lies. And the scriptures called that out right there in the precept we just read. You know, he's trapped up in the own transgression of his lips for lying. And it said, the just shall come out of trouble. Who's the just? The just is the hopeful elect. The ones that have the testimony of how by Hashem Yahweh Shah and keep the commandments. That's the just. We're going to come out of trouble. And what's that trouble? Jacob's trouble, because that's what it's going to fall out to. Esau going to get so desperate, he's going to pull out Jacob's trouble in order to try to just take our lives from us. He's going to realize I can't keep them in a lie anymore. I can't control them no more. Because now Yahweh Shah's got a hold of them, and it's like we're off the plantation. We done escaped. So now what he's doing, just like Pharaoh, we done left. Yahweh Shah done let us go through this knowledge like Moses, and now we leaving, and now this devil's mad. He's like, man, I'm gonna just take them all out. And that's what the devil gonna do. That's what's gonna lead to Jacob's trouble. Because he lost the narrative, he lost the lie, and that means he's lost control. So therefore, he's gonna use his sword, and if you don't bow down to him, he's gonna seek to take your life away. And that's how bad it's gonna get. First, he's gonna do it by a device. That's you kneeling down, you bowing down to him. If you take his device, then he cool with you. Because then, he can keep track of you. He got control of you. But if you don't want to take his device, then he's going to seek to take your life away from you. Because you won't bow down and get into his system. That's what's going to fall out to. That's what the head is going to be. That's the end game for Esau. Because he's lost it, So now he just has to do a hard control. I got to tag you like cattle. I got to do you like that. That way I keep you in line. I know where you at, and you can't do nothing without, my system. You totally in servitude to me, because we already kind of like that now. Your birth certificate, we are wage slaves, but we have some degree of, just getting this wisdom and understanding, through the scriptures. And we can, choose to just live off the land, which is going to come down to that. It's going to go to a bartering system. We're going to go into the wilderness, like the scriptures say. And we're going to wait on our deliverance from Yahweh Shah, because we're not going to get into his beast system. We're not going to accept that. And he's desperate. So prepare for a major trap. Prepare for a false flag event that's going to be a desperation, to keep the narrative, which is not going to work. So we already know his next move. Like I said it's going to be him using that sword and trying to force you into the beast system. So check it out. This Daniel 12:4, because this precept, it just happened. This come to a realization. And this is why this devil is losing the battle. Check it out. This Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Reading shall run 2 and 4, and knowledge shall be increased. You hear that? The last part? Knowledge shall be increased. Knowledge has been increased now because of through what? The internet, which the Bible calls a unicorn. It has been increased. Everybody can research, look up, and study anything they want to know. Knowledge is fully on display. You can go on YouTube, watch the brothers. They'll run you down the precepts, give you the breakdown, so you can really get the true understanding of the Bible. And because of that, and what did it say? It said, shut up the book to the end. Because who unsealed the book? Because it said it sealed the book to the end. Yahweh Shah came down and unsealed the book. That's the New Testament came into play. So now the book is all the way opened up. It's not sealed closed anymore. Now you can get all the true understanding, 100% wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the Bible. That shows we're at the end. And knowledge has truly been increased because of that. And now, because knowledge has been increased, because I can see them trying to do a Bible ban or cutting off the internet, now the devil can't keep up with his lies no more. He can't keep the majority under his sway no more. He got the majority, but he can't keep the what I'm gonna say, the minority, the hopeful elect, and now no longer rolling with his narrative. So he doesn't have that complete control like he used to, but it wasn't complete then. It was just majority in the 40s, the 50s, the 20s before the internet got invented. Now, like they said, the 1948 is a fully exposed through knowledge being increased. So now this devil's gonna run a last-ditch effort to paint us as terrorists, run a psyop. I already know. When I said we see the devil's moves, we know what he about to do, and like he shows it by just doing that little bit they did. What's the ADL, Anti-Defamation League? Talking about they about to get attacked. They're going to pay some jakes to do that. Probably put on some fringes and, same thing they did to I want to say they ran the same scenario with the Black Panther movement. It's the same game. They're going to run it again and then hope that works, and it's not going to work. So then he's going to just say, I'm just going to roll out my beast system. If you don't apply, I'm going to take your life away, just like the Roman Crusades. If you didn't say Jesus and get implanted in Christianity, they was off with your head. It's the same. Everything is coming in a cycle. I noticed that, Yashara. So here we are again, except this time, we're at the end of Esau's cycle. He's the end of the world. We're at the end. So this time, it ain't going to work. The old leg will get away. So with that, I think I'm going to end off. Let's go to one of my favorites and end off with that. Because this is one of my favorite precepts, and it's killing Esau. Because this is prophesied to happen. Check it out. The second Edge 6:28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which so had long been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And that's happening. The truth is now getting fruit. The fruit getting big, getting ripe. Faith is flourishing. The faith that Yahweh Shah, the names is back. Everything is flourishing. Corruption is being overcome. Esau been exposed. Everything he done put out there, he's doing the dark is now coming to the light. And now this devil, he's in desperation mode, Yashral. I mean desperate. Like the fake identity that he stole from us is now being stripped from him. You got people all around the world starting to be like, man, y'all not the people. The people y'all enslaved, they are the people. And they all saying that. So this precept is eating him up like Pac-Man, man. Really the whole word is eating Esau up like Pac-Man. Like I said, he said the words of my mouth shall consume you. And it is consuming Esau. So he's going to come it's going to come a major snare. A major false flag event is about to be put up in place. So keep your antennas up for that, Yasharala. And then when he doesn't get the results he wants from that, then I can see that B system rolling out. The device, that's going to roll out pretty soon too. And that's going to be his last effort to keep, his rulership, to stay in power. And that's not going to work. Nothing the devil do going to work. You understand? It's been written that you got beat already. You're going to lose. Now, you're going to take a lot of jakes out with you, but those are the ones you're supposed to get anyway. The hopeful elect, Esau will not get them. So the best thing for us to do is to make sure our call in election is sure. Put ourselves in the steed, put on like the elect, so that we can escape, come out of this trouble. Like the precept we read earlier. So that's the best thing we should be doing, man. Keep getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because this is how you beat the devil. With the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shah, this is how we win. And then, like I said, the faith should flourish. Keep your faith up, Yahshua, because that's what our power loves, is that faith that he gifted us with. He loves that. He's looking to collect that. So keep that faith going, man. Keep your oils, your light, keep it shining bright, keep it burning. So with that, I want to end off with that, man. I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yahshua, DTF Baba, Shalom.